Good morning. We are back for Friday morning of my rest week. The development since yesterday has been very positive and good, but it is difficult to decide, very. So I checked already with my team this morning. Let's have a quick look what was yesterday going on. So yesterday resting heart rate was a little bit elevated. Have a look at the data here, hope you can see it. So I had the jump up was definitely the 53 resting heart rate, which after easy day was not normal, but yeah, I said it all yesterday. Anyways, a good development. We are back to 48 resting heart rate. HRV is a bit up. Also, most importantly, average resting heart rate for the night is down from 58 to 53. So that's very good. I gave myself a higher immunity score. So before yesterday I gave it 65%. So like for a normal training day, when I feel normal, let's kind of give it 85, 90. I don't give it 100. I just have these number ranges that I now feel normal. After intensity day, for sure, I can actually feel that if I have, for example, Tuesday intensity, Wednesday morning, it's quite common that I would say it's a 75%. I can feel my body is for sure working on a stimulus. But the question is today, right? Obviously, the only question is, do you do easy zone 1 training to kind of keep the metabolism going and keep the system online? Or is that a bad idea? Or do you do another full rest day? Or do you do a full rest day with a longer walk? Like a walk is actually something really good. Because the only symptoms that I have is, over the week I had the same as my wife, this weird vision dizziness, really strange. And my wife also had it. We thought she had just some migraine stuff, but it was also from that. She had behind the eye headache and the front of the head headache. So that I also had a little bit, for sure a little bit, but not like, constant full gas. But that basically, vision thing is gone for me. Minimal this front thing, so it's definitely not 100% gone. Obviously not, it's not 100% gone. So what do I have to do today? That's the question. That tomorrow it's significantly better. So obviously full rest is 100% safe. Of course, that is number one safe, or full rest and a longer walk is also 100% safe. One could argue doing a 1 hour or 90-minute low heart rate ride is similar to walking almost, could also be 100% safe. Running, gym, not 100% safe, wouldn't do that. Even easy running is still a bit different load on the body. So how it's looking right now is, either longer walk. But I really not make a decision yet. I'll just listen a bit more into my body. I'll have my breakfast, relax, check in later. But it's going to be one of those options. And then I'm pretty damn sure tomorrow I'm going to be ready to rock and roll again. Because, the important is that the trend goes up and not down. Very easy for me to go to the pool or do anything, which I could do, no doubt. But then the trend would be worse, and then I wasted another day of training because I made a poor decision, right? Because these things happen, and the thing is, how can you do it as quickly as possible, having the guts and courage to take decisions you don't want to do? That's why you need a good team, and to learn from mistakes in the past, because most people, I would say, would just go training now, and then the trend would be worse, and before you know, you have another week of kind of not really training. Zone 1 is not training, right? So is the easy training actually making you better? Nah, not really. What makes you better is having like some strong stimulus over time, consistent key sessions. That is training. So that starts next Monday. Now it's Friday. I need to do everything possible that on Monday or even before I'm at 110%. So that is the plan. So one document I go back to quite frequently in reading is actually something I highly recommend to any sport interested person, really, especially endurance sport, is to read How to Skate a 10K von Niels van der Poel. Just pop that into Google how to skate a 10K. You have nothing to do with ice skating. Totally okay, me neither. But a few chapters here that actually are relevant for my day to day, and that's why I go back to it. It's actually quite a lot of knowledge in there that I use in my own training, and that's also why I reached out to him. So just in short, Niels van der Poel, current 5,000, 10,000 meter Olympic and world record holder for ice skating, and he took a very different approach to go from A to B. Very interesting, psychologically, physically, just really one of those that broke the barriers. Very simple on the concept. If you want to do something that hasn't done before, you got to do something that hasn't done before, haven't been done before. Anyways, one of those, I have a few extracts from those. I think that would be really interesting for my day to day, to be reminded of, okay, what do people do that I get inspired by from all sports. Also Duplantis, there's like many people I take inspiration from other sports that kind of achieved something outside of the norm, which is something I want to try and do, and I'm confident in doing. But you know, you gotta find those puzzle pieces, how to do that and how to apply it, right? Because it is not just going hard. That's not what's gonna get you there. So here, one first extract I thought would be interesting. I held myself to a high standard and rewarded myself properly and often. When I failed, I forgave myself and tried my best not to fail again. I never felt sorry for myself, no matter the hour, wind, rain and temperature. I volunteered to do this. I wanted this because it was hard, and throughout the training sessions I tried to keep that in mind. I questioned my decision to be a speed skater a lot, but I didn't question when I was suffering. Then I only got through it. I left the questioning for rest days. That is quite interesting when you think about it. And so one thing for me now today for the decision making, should you train or not, that's also something he said. If there was a bit of a negative trend, which you can say right now, he immediately threw in 2 rest days. And reasons why athletes don't have the courage to throw in 2 rest days, is mainly psychologically and mainly again ego-driven. Because why do I want to train today? Does training today easy help me to actually get to Monday, to the 3-week training block, which is actually one that matters, like proper training? Like I said, just doing easy training today is not gonna get me closer to my goals and dreams. It's not. So why do you want to do it? Well, it's the ego talking to you. It wants to have the feeling, you know, also, of course, as an athlete, even as an age grouper, you have the same. You love the sport, it's kind of a balanced thing. But even now, if you're a pro and you're doing it full time, you can say it's kind of your identity in a sense. So if you have no identity outside the sport, nothing except I'm the athlete. If you have nothing else than that, then you have nothing else. So if the sport is gone, you're like, what do I do now? I gotta train. So you make those poor decisions much more quickly, right? And also one reason why he was so confident to throw in 2 rest days was because he knew he trained so hard, he was confident doing it. And I struggled in the past with taking rest days when I was an age grouper, because I felt I was doing my absolute best and I trained and I was green in training peaks. I trusted these coaches, but I didn't improve. The results didn't really get better, so I was not confident at all in backing on rest, you know. Unless you're improving, you're not confident in, you know, doing more of what you think is probably the one that's not going to help you get there, which it's a good chance that the rest is the one that's actually going to get there. But it's a very complicated puzzle to solve. Let's go to the next one. Then you took obviously a big threshold approach. That's something I'm also motivated by, because I remember when I read this document the first time, was it years ago by now, probably 2020, during COVID, I assume, somewhere in then, and I read these numbers. For example, he did eventually build himself up to it. The threshold set, he did 8 hours of threshold volume a week. So the first day was 4 times 30 minutes at 400 watts with 5-minute rest. Total session 5 hours. Next day 5 times 20 minutes, 400 watts. Next day 6 times 15 minutes, 408 watts. Next day 4 times 20 minutes, 405 watts. Next time 9 times 10 minutes, 406 watts. And when I read these numbers, yeah, back then I was like, wow, I wonder if I can get there. And now, I mean, he just did it under formal, and just in the short period of now training actually right the last 5-6 months with the right team behind me and learning the puzzle pieces. Yeah, I did 6 times 10 minutes, 350 watts at 3.3 mol, and he was just under 4 mol. So maybe I could do it 380, 90, but yeah. Also, you know, not having fear of the numbers, that's another one. And just going with your body and physiology, if you respect the rest. So yeah, I did 6 times 10 minutes, and we're going now to 4 times 15 minutes. So still 16 minutes of load of threshold on the bike. But eventually we'll progress to 90 minutes, and I guess he did 4 times 30 is 2 hours. So with time, I mean, why would I not be able to do this once a week with a proper rest, obviously, and building up, so that it's just exciting to see, okay, get your threshold bike sets with time up to 4 times 30 minutes to this 400, maybe then 420, 450, no limits. So it's inspiring. Let's go to the next one. Then the last one, you can probably recognize my whole life is built up like this. Traveling days here. I'm confident when I draw the conclusion that traveling days are not rest days. I think a lot of athletes do not respect this vital insight. As an elite athlete, I could not afford spending days not training and not resting. When I was younger, I could spend 2 traveling days for a training camp for 10 days. Today, I do not consider that a wise investment. That being said, some travel days are mandatory and unavoidable. However, I try to eliminate travel days and instead build an environment that covered all my needs for an extended amount of time, both socially and professionally. So this is actually what I built here. That's what I mean with Finland. I didn't recognize it the first year I was here. I thought it's a disadvantage with the winter training and indoors, every single ride indoors. But now it's, to be honest, opposite. No matter what, I mean, we're gonna be doing early April a 10-day camp in Nice. The only reason I do that is for bike handling, to be on the course in Nice as well, 2 for 1, some sun, but mainly the bike handling skills before my race early May, because I cannot rely on Finnish weather in April even, that it's perfect for time trialing. And I need to be learning from last year after Oceanside. You need obviously bike handling skills, and they come back quick. I rode in the Swiss mountains for 10 years. I'm a good bike handler, but that's a skill that's obviously close to gone right now after only being indoors. So that needs to be developed again, which will be Nice. So that is an investment that I have to do then. In the future, like I said, there is a part where environmental stimulus will become a thing, meaning altitude and heat training. That is something to add into the program, but right now that's not a stimulus that is needed yet. Because when you think about it, let's say Sierra Nevada or even St. Moritz, there's a lot of learnings with altitude, also a lot of things that can go wrong, where there obviously benefits, there are obviously positive benefits, no doubt, for close to anybody, I would say. Even if you don't have the hemoglobin response, there might be respiratory benefits. I lived at altitude before in the Swiss mountains for a year working, and then I went to Frankfurt as an age grouper to race, and I felt a lot better. I know it works for me. I don't know if it's because of asthma, the respiratory thing, because I didn't measure blood values, but I'm pretty confident. I feel good with it. I could tell my body it feels good, and I like it, right? At least 1,800 St. Moritz, I was there many times. I feel it's very good. But, you know, travel, minimum 1 day each way. Then, you know, thinking intensity. When you're there, you need, realistically, even St. Moritz, 5 to 7 days where you have to be a bit aware of intensity, even at 1,800 meters. You gotta be careful. I had nightmares with sleeping. I didn't sleep well. Hydration is a tricky one. You have to take a lot more electrolytes. Your calories goes up. There's a lot of things that suddenly make this puzzle of your normal training regime very different. So it's not one I will touch now. I will most likely in the future, but again, what I just read here and the improvements I have right now just with the rhythm that I have here, I don't consider it a wise investment to go anywhere to travel. That's why the same will be for sponsorships. I'm not going to take on a sponsor that, you know, it's helping build the brand, but is boycotting my training. That will never happen. So number one is performance and training. And yeah, nothing else. Except, of course, you need to be happy socially, you need to enjoy this, which I do, I love it, maybe you can tell. So I have a good balance outside. Good. Conclusion, having read this again and feeling how my body feels, but still a bit tired, you know, confident in another rest day. Confident in another rest day, meaning I will have a nice long walk later with my wife, probably a 90-minute walk, just a bit longer. And then I'm confident tomorrow I'll be probably back to 100%, right? These are decisions you don't want to do, but again, easy to get confidence from people that achieve things you want to do. Have confidence to throw in 2 back-to-back rest days. If you have anything like that, you know, always think you want to avoid a negative trend. So what can you do today to avoid a negative trend? And you want to train properly, right? Because like I said, if you do a week of easy and back and forth, and you probably did it, I did it, this constant back and forth, immune system's not really there, you can't push intensity. If you try it, you're immediately in the hole, you're flat in bed with fever likely. So yeah, just let the body recover, you know. It's probably just 2 days. If you're on the verge of something, 2 days nothing, have the courage to do it. Don't even second guess it, because like I said, it's mostly ego. You want to see something in your training plan green, you want to feel like you did something, but it's actually not a smart decision training wise when you think objectively, which you can't, because I couldn't either without a good team. So that's why read this thing, How to Skate a 10K. I'm sure you'll love it. It's a very good one. Right, we are rolling into town. It is time to go shopping. If you have big goals in endurance sports, there's only one thing that gets you there, which are the fundamentals. Meaning you gotta sleep well and enough, gotta train well and enough, and quality over time. And the way you get there is recover. What's our training? Recovering fundamentals are no secrets to anybody. One of them is diet and calories in, calories out. Very fundamentals. Anybody that, or anything that sells you a shortcut to endurance sports is one of 2 things. It's either illegal or it is bullshit. So we're looking for calories. So not just calories, quality obviously, but also calories. So when you keep it super simple, calories in, out. Also diet-wise, any extreme out there, may it be only meat, carnivore diet, or low-carb diet, anything extreme, which I went down that path very extensively, any extremes I recommend staying away from. So it's in the end calories in, calories out, carbohydrates. So got my little list here, shopping list on my phone. Looking at the first one here, avocados. I eat 1 avocado a day. They seem alright. 1 a day, 1/2 for each lunch and dinner. High quality fats. If you followed my channel for a while, you probably saw that I had some changes in body composition in the last 6 months, I would say. And that is no coincidence either. Because let's get some salad as well. Let's take this off here. Avocados, salad, at least 2, I do 3. So where were we? We were with body composition, because my body is naturally, it goes, I did the DNA test as well. It's very in the middle between strength and endurance. So I got both genes, which I believe is perfect for what I'm seeking out. Running a marathon after a hard bike ride is first and foremost endurance and strength. You need both. And I got that, but my body gets mass and weight on pretty quickly. So I need to find a way, which I now did, and it was not easy, and constant tinkering, and still is, to optimize body composition and weight for best performance in the end. But if I don't train well and I don't recover well, this weight debate and body fat and all those things are useless. So number one is always training and recovery. There can be no body image thing involved in this. This will boycott me. Endurance sport has a very bad body image situation going on, so that's why I don't talk about it much. But I thought it might be worth mentioning here. Alright, we are at the banana stop. I eat tons of bananas. I got one in my shake each day and one for my breakfast with the peanut butter, as you saw. Bananas are always good. Besides the carbs, easy digestible, has some nutrients in there. I'm gonna steal those bad boys. What do we got here? 24. There we go. High quality bananas. Right in there. Couple, as you see. Regarding vegetables, I'm actually still looking pretty good. I got still tomatoes, cucumber, paprika, and also with that, kind of with natural vitamins, although I take the supplements, as I said. It's still good. For example, often I have the cravings for a particular color. Right now, it would be, for example, orange color vegetables. So that would speak more towards the vitamin, I think, B side. Carrots I would like to have, but it's not the time for carrots right now. So we are moving on. Meat looks busy. We're going further. We are looking for cottage cheese. My afternoon snack consists of orange and cottage cheese to hit the daily protein needs. I'm actually only setting myself to 1.5 grams per kilogram body weight protein, which is on the lower side. 2 would be for most of you guys optimal. Again, for me, optimizing, let's get at least 2, let's do 3, so they last a while. Oh, not that long actually, 16th of March, so just 2 of them. 2 of them will do. Let's take this off here, cottage cheese. Yeah, protein. Let's roll over here. So only 1.5 grams per kilogram protein for me, because if I give my body 2.5 grams per protein, even with endurance sports, even without strength training, I tried it all, trust me. Because my weight thing is not fat, was never really the main thing, was not fat with me, the weight, the let's say unnecessary weight to some extent you can say. That's the whole debate, if it is unnecessary, was actually from muscle. Muscle is good, muscle is great, and I would have no issue jumping to 90 kilograms. I would win almost any bet with most people, I would say, except bodybuilders. And triathlon, pretty much for sure, who can gain the most muscle in 3 months, if I really wanted to. Lifting, easy peasy. But I need to strike a balance between strength and all that. So we are here at the oat bread section. I love oat bread. Easy digestible. It's for my morning breakfast. And then we are rolling on towards the oat milk, where I need quite a bit from. First for coffee. That's one. Need some traffic here. Coffee is one. Oh no, my favorite one isn't here. Alright, so shit, have to get another one. But here the classic Oatly, obviously, for actual just coffee. 2 of those, but those I don't want to put in a shake, mainly because they're more expensive. But the ones that I usually use are not here. And my shake, as you guys might have seen, needs also, for the calories and everything, it does need the oat milk. So we're finding another option that is not insane expensive, because it isn't for coffee, right? It just needs to get in there. Alright, this is actually more. A cheap ass one is gone. take the second cheapest one. Alright, let's get. It's actually low in fat. I don't really want that. No. Alright, I found another option. Oat milk ticket. We are in the most important section of the day. Carbohydrates. One I really like. For all defense, you will know it. You probably live on it since you were a child. Are the good whole wheat macaronis. Cheap sell, 69 cents for 400 grams. High quality, finished product. You can trust the manufacturing. And it's actually easy to digest. Some of them are heavy on the gut, but these are not. So we take those. I have the other actually old pasta already, which I sometimes have, it's a bit lighter. And now we're looking for some rice for the rice cooker. If you guys didn't discover the rice cooker yet, which I, coming from the Stone Age, only discovered it 1 or 2 years ago. Holy moly, it's like a private chef for you. And rice, basmati rice is okay. And my favorite rice is jasmine rice. And as it's looking, even that one isn't here. Oh, maybe, no, it's here, it's here. Alright, let's get 2 of those bad boys on board. 2 times jasmine rice in the back. So rice, pasta, keep it simple. Sometimes potato, but it has less carb content, especially sweet potato is tasty, but has way less carbs. And I can't get potatoes down so well, to be honest. So those are the main lunch and dinner carb sources for me. Rice, easier to digest, no fiber, easy to make with the cooker, and I can eat quite a bit of it if I wanted to. And other pasta, again, when you got all those carbs, you gotta find a way to get it down. So my absolute favorite for the Finns out there, Felix, especially this tomato chili one. Been eating it now for a year straight, and I cannot get sick of it. That I will sprinkle on the rice a bit, because again, main thing is you gotta enjoy your food, enjoy eating. So I love those. Even sometimes with pasta, just it's a very simple one. I don't have to think about making sauce or anything. So it's really good. And then normally always ketchup, but I still have it. Normal tomato ketchup, not the biggest fan, but this one is next level. We're currently rolling through the cereal section because I need oats. Oats. I have those Pika oats, or the quick oats. Those I'm looking for. They're much easier digestible, so always go for those. Those ones you have to cook, they actually might be in the stomach and could like irritate your stomach, but with those quick oats, never issues. So good. In the jam section, we're still looking good on peanut butter. This is by far my favorite. I have it right now, but it's super clean, nothing in there, no garbage. And because with peanut butter, I feel like I can easily get some kind of allergic reaction. But now we're looking for some jam actually. Finnish non-sticker jam, so just strawberry jam basically. Sometimes when I feel like I would need some extra quick carbs, I would go for that with some simple toast. They always work. Time for protein. So the classic go-to for me is minced meat. I actually have no issues, even with digestion, even if I run after. I still would cut it out before, let's say, a long run or intensity run when the gut is really stressed. But for swimming and cycling has never been an issue for me. Then some minced meat, and then we're looking for chicken. Those are many of my go-to protein sources, but I also have some dumps just because I feel like it. veggie days when I will have, yeah, that looks good. Just some clean, plain, no sauce chicken. But yeah, I will sometimes have meat-free days when I feel like it. So then I'll just make an omelette, for example. That's a classic, like 4-egg omelette. That's one way to go. Or I use black beans and other beans and just get that in when I feel like my body doesn't really feel like anything like that. But oftentimes I feel like I'm burning through so many, I don't know, iron stores and all this. So like the mincemeat is something that helps me a lot with that. Because I used to be actually low on ferritin. I think I used to be at like 20, 30, really low. And I think a lot of you guys might be as well. And what that does is your hemoglobin in general, you will not improve in endurance sports. So if you feel like you're training and you're doing everything on paper, you should get better, and you're pushing and you're consistent, do a simple blood test. Just have a look under the hood and see what's going on there. Most likely, you know, obviously iron, vitamins and all those. But might be a good idea to check your ferritin, because if that's in the hole, you can train all you want. You can completely forget it. You will not improve no matter how you sleep and eat and everything. Yeah, my ferritin is not 120 yet, but it's insane, so it's way up there. And I don't know really what changed, to be honest. Because my diet is not like I'm suddenly eating like tons of iron. But yeah, so a few things changed for sure, I guess. So we're looking for another blood test in 2 weeks' time anyways, when we hit the lab for the bike test. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow morning, checking back in, and we go from there.